Hi, everybody. Welcome to Thursday live here at Oregon Weight and Wellness, and I'm joined with Rachel. Hi, Rachel.
Hey, everybody.
How are you doing today, Rachel?
I'm good. Today's
Yeah.
a fun. I'm making progress day. How about you?
Yeah. Yes, definitely. Um, uh, I changed up my little exercise routine and got outside, and I did my. This is kind of crazy. I don't know. I'm a little farther into the season for getting outside in the morning than I usually am. But this morning I decided I'm doing it. Today's the day. Yeah. So I did my little run outside rather than on the treadmill. So yeah.
Fantastic.
So it was a great start to the day. Yeah.
You know, it's I've been looking forward to the weather change too, because I really value getting that first light. But
Mm-hmm.
wintertime, that I'm already working when that light is coming up. I've been awake for hours.
Yeah, right.
So this morning, my husband and I went on our run this morning at 5, and around 5:20, because it's clear, there's no cloud cover, I couldn't believe how bright the sky was. So we got to catch, we didn't quite see a sunrise, but we saw that morning glow.
The dawn.
The dawn. Oh, it was so, and it was just, it felt good. My eyes were like, just, it's bright, it's pretty.
Right.
The birds were singing. It was glorious this morning.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm loving this switch now that we get to do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's great. So yeah. So Rachel, you had some ideas about where we could go with our little talk, and I was wondering if you'd share that with our audience.
Yeah. So as you guys know, we've been doing this for a long time together on this vlog podcast type thing. And we've talked about everything. We've talked through books, we've talked through food and nutrition and movement and sleep and all things having to do with health and well-being. And recently we've been going through just different quotes and different mantras or phrases that we come across and how they impact our day-to-day. How could we use them as a powerful, motivating, concept? Mm-hmm. I heard something today on a podcast and I thought, well, this might be a good series of conversations we have. Maybe we kind of, maybe it's more than just a single conversation. Let's see how it goes today and what kind of response we get from people. Yep. But the idea is to discuss the differences between a diet mentality and a lifestyle mentality.
Yeah.
So,
well, let me ask you a question. Can I ask you a question first, Rachel? Maybe as a jumping in point.
Yeah.
Have you been on a diet?
Yes.
Have you ever been on a diet? Did you ever go on a? Yeah.
Yes. Right. Yeah.
And are you on a diet right now?
No.
Yeah.
No. Yeah. Exactly. I mean, that's so simple. I love that you just said that. That's a very simple way, because we can talk about it from that point of view. We all know what diets are. Diets are programs that you follow that are usually quick fixes. They're very restrictive. They're specific. Sometimes it's the grapefruit diet. Sometimes it's the, I don't know, soup diet,
Yeah. My first diet ever was the cabbage soup diet. Yeah.
There you go. Cabbage soup diet. What are the other ones? I mean, there's, my first sort of dieting exposure was when I was probably in middle school or just right around junior high. My mom bought this program for me that was like, you had cards and each card was like, this is your protein card. This is your card. You got a certain number of cards every day. That's probably where Weight Watchers got their points idea. And I can't remember what it was called. You would know it if I said it.
I recognized something similar to that. And it was the guy that I think of Richard Simmons. I remember doing that diet, and it was cards, and you put the cards from this side of the sleeve, the envelope sleeve, to this side of the envelope sleeve when you used them up. And that was the way to know that was your allotment for the day.
Exactly. Yes, exactly. Mm-hmm. And we come from diets, we go to diets, we look at diets, arguably to lose weight. I mean, that's the whole point, right? To lose weight. Yeah. I was never throughout my lifetime looking at diets to reduce my blood pressure.
Right.
Or to make sure that I can walk as long as possible into my older years, or to sleep better. It was just a number on the scale. It was just weight.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. That was the sole purpose of the diet, was to see that number move.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So, in James Clear's book, The Atomic Habits, he talks about when we're building habits, typically what people do is they're looking at the outcome first. Okay, so that's an outcome-based habit. I want to lose weight. That's your outcome. And then they say, okay, what do I need to do to lose weight? Right? And that's a process. They figure out the process. And their hope is at the end of the road, they will have a new identity. They will have lost weight. They will certainly feel happier, and things will be much better. And, all the things we dream about as someone's dreaming about losing weight. So it goes, that's a outcome, process, and then an identity. And he says we've got it wrong.
Yeah.
And this is a problem with the way that we build habits. We're going the wrong direction. We need to turn that around. Start with identity. Start with, who do I want to become? Why? What's in it for me? What's really important in my life, in my family, my job, my community? What am I really looking at big picture? I promise you it's not weight. I know. I've known too many people in my life and coached too many people to know it's not weight. That's where someone starts. And then when we have this conversation, it turns out to, it's not actually really about the weight. It's about a lot of other things. So start with identity, then figure out, how do I get to that identity? How do I be that person I want to be? What does it look like? What does it sound like? What does it talk like? What can I learn? What are the actions and behaviors? And then from going that direction, we see a result. We see the outcome.
Right. The process is creating this lifestyle.
Right.
That leads to that identity, that, where you want to go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right. When we think about it from an identity point of view first, and there's other ways to think about this to help you understand because sometimes people get stuck on identity. What do you mean, my identity?
Yeah.
And that can include your values, your morals, your beliefs, who you are and who you would like to be more like. Where are you growing towards? What are you becoming? And when we have that in mind, and when we design it, when we discover it, some people may not know what that really is. It takes work to actually discover it.
Yeah, that's a great point. It does take work, because sometimes if our identity is just wrapped up in the number, then we have to kind of step back and ask some questions of ourselves. Is that all there is to me? And is that true? And and so it's those really good questions, or deeper questions, that help you figure out this identity that you're talking about.
That's some deep questions, right? So then from this identity, then it becomes more obvious what the process is to get where you're going. It becomes more obvious, and now you're hooked, right? Now you have buy-in, because you know who you are, who you're becoming. It's got a value based around it, not just a number, right? It's a bigger picture that you're looking for.
Right.
The weight might be part of that, but I know it's so much more than that. It's so much more that you want. And here's where the diet mentality lets people down. We think that everything's going to kind of be better once we lose that weight, right? Once I lose the weight, then I will try to get a promotion. Then I'm sure I'll be able to find someone. Then, it's where we're putting everything off, and there's a lot of pressure.
Right.
But if we're not doing the work on our who our identity is, in the meanwhile, we show up with a new weight on the scale. But what does that mean?
Right.
Who are we? What did we overcome? What did we achieve?
Yeah. Good point. And we made kind of this perfunctory, or this finite goal. We got there, we met that goal, and then And then most of the time, what we did to get there goes away.
Yes.
Because we did not create a foundation of this identity, of a broader, overarching picture of who we are, who we want to become. Yeah.
Right. We worked hard. We were on the hamster wheel, crazy, get to the weight you want. And then what?
Yeah.
What does maintenance look like? What does your lifestyle look like? Did you learn new lifestyle skills? Or was it just gritting your teeth and clenching your fists for 8 weeks, 12 weeks, however long?
Yeah. Because that's not sustainable, right?
Not sustainable. Yeah. And not enjoyable. Not enjoyable. So that's a lot about the diet mentality. What are your thoughts about how it compares to a lifestyle mentality? What does that mean to you?
Right. Well, yeah. So that lifestyle again takes that bigger picture in mind and helps me know, why I'm doing what I'm doing, and is it consistent? Helps me address my behavior is that consistent with the values that I hold?
Yeah.
And it helps me get to a place of consistency, giving myself grace and time to figure things out, because where a diet is kind of finite lifestyle, I have to invest in my life, my health every day of my life. It's not ending.
Yeah. So then when choosing behaviors to help you get to that identity that you're looking for, we're not thinking about like the diet mentality is, well, I can do anything for 4 weeks, just grin and bear it, right? A lifestyle is, what do I want my life to look like? What can I do? What do I want to do, right? So when let's take exercise, for example. Someone on a diet will do whatever it takes.
Yeah.
Whatever, and they'll do whatever the diet tells them to do. You have to run this many miles per week, or you have to swim. It's like they just follow, right? It's just, you just follow because you're promised something. And so you're just doing it. Never mind that you may not like that kind of exercise.
Right.
Never mind that it may not feel good to your body or align with who you are, or your values, or your lifestyle. I think a lifestyle mentality is, what's the kind of movement that I find joyful?
Oh, right.
What?
Yeah. Oh, I just had this a little moment, and maybe I've said this kind of thing before, but so diet to me is a tightrope. Lifestyle is a path. Diet mentality is a tightrope of, staying on, teetering. Any second now I can fall off and fail. Yeah. Where lifestyle has this comfortable path. Maybe it's not this wide. Maybe I have to narrow it, but I choose the boundary lines that are consistent with my values and where I want to go. So it's a path. Yeah.
Love that. Love that. And that infers to me that on a tightrope, there is no room for mistake. There is no room for a wobble.
Right.
Yeah. There's no room for anything.
Yeah.
If I'm on a path, I have a little bit of bob and weave, right? I have a little bit of choice. Don't have to be perfect, much more grace and compassion with the process. But it's going to be easier to walk down a path than a tightrope.
Yeah. And to me, the tightrope feels, it's heightening my my anxiety. It's keeping me in this hypervigilant state of mind, this stressed out state of mind. Whereas a path, I'm picturing a path through a wooded area, or in my blueberry field or something like that. There's calm. There's calm to it. Yeah. And there's, like you said, grace in it. And and it's much more freeing versus
enjoyable and room to think,
right,
and to discover. And that's why really a lifestyle change, lifestyle habits, lifestyle medicine is what we call it. That's going to take a little longer. It's not a quick fix,
right?
But it's the fix.
Right.
It's
Oh, I
the
love it.
answer. Yeah, it's not a quick fix, but it is the fix.
The fix. I love it. It's not a quick fix. It's the fix. That's awesome. We should write this stuff down.
Right now.
Diet is a tightrope, right? Dieting is a tightrope. There's no, you can't pick up in the path. You can pick things up, try them, let them go.
Ooh,
right?
I love that. I love that. Yes.
Yeah.
What do I think about this?
Right.
Yes or no? Yeah, in or out?
Yeah. Right. But if you're on a tightrope, there's no, like you said, no wiggle room. Yeah.
No. Mm-hmm. And you don't have, I think this is probably the biggest piece that changed for me. I'm a questioner. When you think about the 4 tendencies, what's the author's name?
Gretchen
Rubin.
Yeah.
Gretchen Rubin wrote the book, The 4 Tendencies. We love to have the clients and patients take that quiz to kind of get an idea. I'm more of a questioner, and are you a questioner? Okay. I don't like being told what to do. I'm not a rebel. I won't necessarily rebel. And that's one of the other ones, but I will question. And the diet mentality always got me like thinking, I don't think so. I don't think that's right. I don't want to, So here's the cool thing. When you're on the tightrope, you don't get to make any decisions. You just do what you're told.
Right.
On the path, you come to a trailhead, you get to decide which way is life-giving, which way is the right way for me, not for anyone else, because everyone has their own journey, their own way to get there.
Great. All right. Rachel, this is a great start to this discussion. I love it.
Me too. Okay, here's what I want to do. I want to try to see if I can take a screenshot of us to put up on YouTube, kind of like how you see these screenshots. And I feel like the response, the visual response we gave to the tightrope was perfect. So can we just like strike a pose of you're on a tightrope and you don't like it for like a second, and then I'll go back and screenshot it. What do you think?
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Okay, 3, 2, 1. Okay.
I stood on one foot. You couldn't see that.
Oh, you did. Okay. Let's do it again. Are you ready?
Here, maybe I could put.
I have to turn my signal off. Here. There we go. Okay. 3, 2, 1. Okay, perfect. Now, I hope if you guys are watching this, you are enjoying this, because we are enjoying ourselves way too much.
Okay.
All right.
Sounds good. All right. And well, we need to segue then into for what's for dinner.
What's for dinner? Yeah. So tonight for dinner for me, it's our Thursday rotation at small groups. So the theme is bring one of your favorite things. And it was a toss up between salad or soup, because those to me are just steady standby go-to. Like I always have a salad and or a soup in my fridge at all times. So tonight it's a bean kale kind of Tuscan style, really hearty soup. Yeah, it's got cabbage and it's got nutritional yeast and some really interesting ingredients. It's kind of a different take on stuff. So that's what I'm bringing. Great. How about you?
Well, my husband, he did all kinds of salmon grilling yesterday. So we have leftovers, and he tried 3 different cilantro kind of topping on one. And then maybe he did some sort of chili cayenne peppery thing on the other one. Anyway, so there's variations on the theme, but I like cold salmon over greens or something. So that's going to be my dinner.
Ooh, yum. A salad with cold protein on it, I think is really good. I like that too.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. So
yum.
So yeah, that's it. And then we're headed to Cupertino this weekend. So
fun. Have a wonderful time with your family.
Thank you. Yeah. All right. Well, thanks. It's a great discussion, and can't wait to continue it, Rachel.
Me too. I hope everybody joins us. Thanks, everyone.
Till next time.
Bye.